Hello guys, welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, I'm going to show you how to finish off these amazing hash brown cups today. Now, they have been made so easily to this point, okay? I'm just going to tell you step by step through the recipe to this point. We're mixing up some eggs at the end, finishing it off and putting it in the oven. But pretty much the recipe starts by asking you to mill down some Parmesan. Now, you'll notice it's in the ounces because it's an American recipe. That's okay. Don't stress about that. Oh, and you can see it's in Fahrenheit as well. So 200 degrees, 210 Fahrenheit, because we're going to cook those shells off, and I've done that already, and I'll show you that in a second once we get this mix made. It says to grease 12 muffin pan with spray oil and set aside, so I've done that. Place 1.5 ounces of Parmesan cheese. Now, if you're trying to work out how much it is, it's about 30 grams to an ounce, okay? So that's about 45 grams of Parmesan cheese. That's not much at all. Then they want you to mill it and you put it aside. Then it calls for 15 second speed 10, just in case you don't have cookie dough. Transfer to a bowl and set aside. Then it asks for 3 ounces of cheddar cheese. Okay, so this is about 30 grams of, hang on, did I lead you astray on that last one? No, that's right, 30 grams of cheddar cheese. I just use tasty cheese, use what you've got. Okay, and then it asks for some greens after it mills that. It mills that for 5 seconds on speed 6. Then it asks for some spinach, okay? 1 ounce, which is 30 grams of spinach. 2 teaspoons of chives. I didn't have either of those. I've skipped them out completely. Then it tells you to mill that down, 3 seconds, speed 6, and you end up with this, okay? Transfer aside. If you add the greens, yours will look green. Hello, Anne. Lovely to see you today. How have you been? Transfer to a bowl and set aside. Done. Okay, potatoes. Now, we've done potatoes the other week, and I had left over all the annoying little ones that nobody wants to peel, so I used the amazing peeler blade cover, and they peeled for me, which is awesome. Okay, so I used those, in they went. I didn't use the russet, I just used whatever white potatoes we had, and you chop them down. 5 seconds, speed 5. Then it tells you to drain them. So what I did is I placed them in the simmering basket and I just pushed the liquid out of them. Okay, there's a little bit of liquid that came out, not a huge amount, that's fine, and then I put it back in the bowl. Then it says there's that squeezed potatoes. Then it says to add the Parmesan mix back in, some oil, some onion powder, some salt, and I did those things, some pepper. Then it just combines through, 5 seconds, reverse speed 5, and then it asks you to press them into the cups, okay? Now, I have this cool little thing from the mix shop that I've actually never used before. It's been sitting in the cupboard for a little while, and I just used this. I loaded these up with scoops like I was making muffins, and then I depressed it down. This tray is hot, so I can't touch it right now, but that's how that works. I did just try and poke it into one just then, and it actually lifted some of the mix up, so I won't go pushing it anymore in case I take more mix off. Then it asks for you to cook it in that 210 degree oven. Oh, that camera is playing up, for 15 to 17 minutes. And now we're here. This is where we're kicking off. So it's super easy to point to right to this point. I even think you could make larger ones. If you had a container that's bigger, like a massive muffin one, or even like a loose flan type bottom, you'd want to line it, but I think you could make them even bigger if you wanted. Now we're adding in 4 eggs. It does say to add milk. Truth be known, I forgot to bring the milk down, so I'm just going to leave it. It's 30 grams, okay? So 1 ounce, 30 grams, so it's not a huge amount. It's just a little bit more than a tablespoon. That camera is playing terribly up. On with the measuring cup. And now we're going to finish this off. We've just got this blitz to do and some cheese. 5 seconds, speed 5, up it goes. Oops, let's put that lid on properly. Try again. And then we add our cheese. Okay, here we go. Reserve cheddar cheese, which would, in essence, if you put the spinach and the chives, it would be green. But look at that, mixed up eggs. How cool is that? I love how quickly it does that. Okay, there goes the cheese. Hope that's all that's in it. Yes, I'll lick the lid again. And 3 seconds reverse, speed 3, and we will be filling these up. Now, once we fill them up, it goes back in the oven for another, I'm going to tell you how long. Reduce the oven to 350. So 350 is actually 170 degrees, and we are cooking it for, let's have a look how long. We're cooking it for 12 minutes, okay? So it's a really, really quick thing to be able to whip up. It is quite egg laden in the sense that it's good protein. You know, the potato in there, you've got some carbs in there as well. I reckon you could swap in carrots and sweet potato if you liked, but super easy. Oh, something I'm going to tell you to be mindful of is, can you see the cheese is starting to come out of my bowl now? Those first few cups didn't get much cheese. They've got mostly egg mix. So something to be mindful of so that you don't make the same mistake I just did is try and put some of the eggy mix out evenly before you get to the bottom of your bowl, because these ones here are getting quite an abundance of cheese, whereas the first few are very light on the cheesy bit. Okay, so just a little bit of advice from what I've just made a mistake of. I'm going to fill them all the way to the top because it doesn't matter. Because it's egg, the egg is going to set like you'd expect scrambled eggs to set. I'm going to try and get a little bit of cheese. I did fill these a bit. Well, I didn't overfill them. I filled them to the top, but they're the top with just egg. So these ones here, whoever gets them, they're not getting quite as much. So that's it. They get cooked off. I'll take a photo. If you've done these, I'd love to hear about it. If you've not done them, give them a go. Check out the little presser in the mix shop too. You've got a mini muffin and a big one. Great for pastries, okay? That's what I actually bought it for, is to do little pastry cases. So fantastic little tool in the mix shop. But otherwise, I'll take a photo of this. I'd love to know if you made it. If not, I'd love to see you go give it a go. And when you do, let me know how you go with it. But otherwise, guys, thanks for joining me today. Remember, go download the downloadable from the QR code. Grab the recipes for this month because they're about to be replaced with next month's one. And those of you on my subscribers list, it's coming out, the newsletter, with a sneak peek of next month, which is only 2 days away. Oh my goodness, here comes March. But that's coming out tonight. So keep an eye on your inbox later. But otherwise, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.